Hello, farmers. It's Rever here, back with another episode of Goldcrest Valley by Stiffi, or Stiffi 2017. Available on Mod Hoster. It's got a updated version not too long ago. In any event, I guess nothing happened in Farm Sim 17 too long ago. I have obviously been doing fields. If you watched the last episode, I kind of focused on the how to fertilize the fields and kind of learn something new. So what I learned, if you didn't watch that episode, is that if we weed this field right now, we get a layer of, we can actually get some of our fertilization done, one layer of it, one level of it, whatever you want to call it. If we then plow it and then seed it with the seeding fertilizer, we'll get to the second layer. However, don't plow it and then weed it. That doesn't seem to count. So we're going to go ahead and try to use that method and prove it. I think one of the criteria for the scientific method is that you have to have repeatability in an experiment. Like, in other words, you can't just do something once and say, look, I proved it. You have to be able to conduct the same experiment independent of the first one. So that is what we are going to do. This just seems like far and away the cheapest way to avoid spraying any fertilizer is to come out here. Now, there's a part of me that feels that this is a little bit cheaty, so don't, didn't I hit auto A? I thought I did. All right, let's start this over again. Yes, I did. I'm not sure why. Oh, you know what? I was spraying with this thing at the end of the last episode or in between episodes. So if we take a look, by the way, I put in a new. One of the things that happened to me was I put in a new mod called Fast Growth, and I fast forwarded a little bit, and it seemed to jump 2 growth stages. So it definitely jumped 2 growth stages. Probably my fault. I didn't pay enough attention. I probably should have even saved the game, especially if you're going to do mods that affect the underlying game. Take your whole save game folder and, I don't know, put it someplace else as a backup copy, just to protect yourself. I did not do that. I still haven't done it, which isn't real smart. But Fast Growth Mod puts a file inside of your save game that's supposed to allow you to set the number of in-game hours that the crops will grow. So at this point I set it to 6. So each stage would be 6 hours of in-game time, which I'm thinking, though I'm probably wrong somehow, would make it a 24-hour cycle, which I'm interested in as much as anything for recording purposes. But I would like, really, if anybody's listening that makes mods, I would like a mod that works. I would like the soil mod in, because I like knowing when the crops are going to be ripe. In real life, you get a good idea of that. I don't think that's too cheaty. So, but anyway, I'd like the crops to become ripe at a certain time of day, and then that way, as I'm making my videos, I know, if I can say, okay, I know at 2 o'clock this is going to happen. Well, we can go do a silage thing, or we can go work on something else for this many hours, but I've got to be ready at around 2 o'clock to go get the harvest in, or go fertilize again, or something. All right, well, anyway, so we're almost done this field. We might as well stay with it. So we got Fast Growth in. The next thing I'd like to do, and I'll probably just fast forward the rest of this planning. I plan on putting some sunflowers in, and then I would like to go sell off some crops. Right now, assuming I can get this done fast enough, the soybeans and the sunflowers are at a pretty high price, so I would just like to sell all of those that we have. So I've got soybeans in field 12, and this is field 19. And then what I would like to do is go rent the silage, the crone or the Rosenthal, and I want to conduct a test on the hay. Like, can I take, or I'm sorry, the straw that we've been gathering. I've got a maximum amount of straw, so it's just sort of going to waste. We don't get any money for it if we try to sell it. We have a sell point in that barn, but I've noticed the price is set at 0, so we don't get any money directly for the straw, which, you know, in real life, straw is worth something. It's used for animal bedding, and, you know, it's not the most in-demand thing on a farm, but at the same time, it is something that farmers can sell. So I could possibly try to go into the map configuration and get us a little bit of money for the straw. I used to have a mod that was a power, like a heater, you know, like electricity generator little mod I would buy for 20 grand or 25 grand, and you'd be able to sell the straw to them. And I thought that was pretty fair, you know, you'd burn off your excess straw. But whatever. I'm sure that something like that'll come along, but yeah, I feel like straw should have a value in the game. It shouldn't be OP, but we should be able to take the straw and convert it into chaff and then make it into silage and then sell it that way. So that'll be our experiment for a little bit later. So let me fast forward now that we're done this portion. I'll run this guy back. One of the things too is very dedicatedly, I mean, get yourself if you're going to do the animals, get yourself a front end loader if you haven't figured that out yet. And run by and keep your animals clean. I guess it helps. By the way, didn't really talk about it in the last episodes, but we've made more pigs. So our pig breeding, if you look in there, I'm sure there's a limit to how many it would show, but if we look in there, you got, what, 5 pigs now. So I didn't buy any more. That's just, they made other pigs, and they just magically make full-size pigs, just so you know. I haven't seen any baby pigs, which maybe that's coming in some other future update. And we'll put that guy down, and we will hop into this guy. And like I said, let me fast forward this. I'm going to run and get the seeder after I do this. And, by the way, I want to show you the map in case you didn't watch the last episode. Soil composition, and see, that got us into the light blue. So that's wonderful. Alright, I will fast forward and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay guys, we have the field is planted and there's not much more we can do to it. Let's hit escape real quick and look at our map. And you can see that we have field 19 is at the second stage. There's the first stage, that real light blue. Second stage, there's 12 is already. Like I said, the field's kind of jumped ahead on me, so I need to go out there and actually spray this field again because it's at the like second, or I think that's the third growth stage there. So I'm going to need to spray that, which costs me a little extra money. But in the meantime, we've just planted this field, you know, got 2 layers of fertilization on it. And let's just run by real quick. I'll show you how much that cost us. This particular, I noticed, this particular planter uses the least amount of fertilizer. So it actually seems to use it as at a lesser rate than the other automatic one. So here we go. So how much is this going to cost us? As we drive away, we should see $289. Not too shabby, you know, like, you know, $289. And then how much in seed? Let's back up. So it's, you're talking another, you know, basically just under $1,000 to seed that field. And then if we come by with that weeder sitting right there, we will, that's all it'll cost us to plant that field. So that's, I think, a bargain. Now again, the idea of weeding the field when there's nothing in it and that giving you fertilization, you know, that's, I'm totally with the weeding, you know, small plants. That makes a fair amount of at least logical sense, certainly with certain crops. I'm not sure that it would, you know, work with all crops. I like the idea that they're, you know, giving you options that don't involve chemical fertilization. It's kind of cool. Mechanical things. I'm not sure how realistic it is. A real farmer would know better than me. But there we go. So now what we want to do is go back up here. Let's come here first. Make sure we didn't lose our prices now. So we're going to go to Maplefield Mill. Oh, you know what? We can do that with the train. Let's see about said thing. I've never done the train before. Let's do that. No, that's not it. Alright, so this, yeah, I think this is the one we want to be on, because this is, yeah, this guy seems to be on this track that goes, here, let me show you on the big map. See, this seems to be on the track that's going to go around the farm. Oops, wrong way. So we want this guy, and then see the Maplefield Mill on the other side of the lake there? That seems to be the one we want for that. So let's, yep, that is backwards, which I would expect. So let me hit F1. Now, I don't even know, do we have to bring our... There we go, R. Alright, let's see. So, I want to make sure what I'm selling here. I want to sell the canola that we have to Maplefield Mill. Alright. Let's do R. Silo is empty. So we have to bring it down here first. Alright, I'm not sure how much energy that saves. Alright, so let's escape. Oop, escape. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, I gotta do that because they're both up in that corner. Alright, so we need to get this guy. Let's get my 9 up. Probably could have bought that. I think the trailer's up over here. So let's go run. And just for the, again, I don't know. By the time I unload it, I was sort of wondering about this. This will be my first train trip. I'm going to make it just because I have, this will be my first train trip. And I have seen other people do it, more or less. Like, but obviously I didn't pay enough attention to exactly what they did. Alright, so let's unload canola, right? That's what we said. So we only have one truckload. Like, it's not like, you know, this thing holds 21,000, so there we go. So that's all our canola. Like, in other words, why not just drive this thing down there? But I don't want to go that way. Let me see, where am I going? Yeah, maybe I do want to go that way, don't I? Probably should have just gone out this way. Go up and around 14. That's right, we still have to cut this grass, don't we? I'll probably do that off camera. I'm not too worried about grass. I got plenty of it. It's not like I got that many animals. I don't have any money for animals. Alright, so is this... Well, we'll see what happens here. So that's where we can get it back out of there. So let's see what happens if we dump it in here. So this is like our own silo, I'm guessing. Sorry if I'm... Yeah, see, we're not getting any money for it. But it's now in here. Alright, let's just pull this guy out. Can we get in the train this way? I would think so. Yes, good. Alright, so now let's hit R, and there's our canola. Wonderful. Let's see how much this thing holds. A lot. I don't know if that's just that one car, or... Alright, well, choo-choo. Does it fall off the tracks if you go too fast? Well, this is pretty cool. I know some people are poo-pooing, oh, they got trains, they're going to be cheesy. You know, why? Why not? I could definitely see where modders will take it to another level. You know, I think it's... You maybe make a map where you got like a big divide where the only way to get your crops is to the other side. Like you could. So I think this is where we want to go. Stop. Stop. Yep. Q unload or I unload, right? Yep. Alright, there we go. So let's take a look at this. Yep, we sold it to them and seem to have gotten a good price. $20,000 for that. So let's bring this guy back to... and that was pretty quick. I give him that. So I don't know, is there any other way to sell it to that guy? I don't know that you can drive to him or not. We'll learn. But no, like, you know, imagine if you made a map that was sort of divided in half at that point. You know, where you couldn't drive between the two. There was no bridges. The only way you could go. And then you kind of pretend that, you know, you'd have a way to transport your crops across the country, so to speak. You could pretend that you maybe even do a map where, and I'm not sure how the textures would work out, but one of the parts could be in Pennsylvania map, and then, you know, I don't know, you get what I'm saying, Texas map or something like. And the only way to transfer things in between would be the train. You know? How's this? Yeah, this is our home. Let's stop. Good. Yep, get out of the train just like normal. And let's run back to our tractor and we'll go get the other crop sold. Yeah, I kind of wish that, I don't know how many different stops we could have with that thing, but we'll have to check it out more. Like I said, I just think it's a cool mechanic to have in there. I think I like the fact that it's in there far more than, say, the forestry. Not that I dislike the forestry, just it's... And I know there's tree farms, but me, I like the agricultural side of it. I don't find the forestry relaxing. I find the challenge of the crops and the work it takes. I just get very frustrated. And I think it's as much, a physics thing. The few trees I've cut, things seem better, but in some ways, a little more cheaty. Or I don't know. When I came to de-limbing things, it seemed to de-limb them from 10 feet away. This way. We're doing. Yeah, no, whatever. I think I could have done it. All right, so let's get over here and figure out where we're going to sell whatever the heck next we're going to sell. Escape sunflowers. It looks like we're taking sunflowers over to Mary's farm, and it looks like we can get them all in one shot. And then nothing else is dark green, but sunflowers. Now Mary's farm, I know from before, is down all the way in the bottom right, southeast. This is where I sold my wheat when I was off camera. So we should get a good chunk for this. 20,000 times... We should get like, what, 36,000? No, 26,000 plus. Alright, pickup truck, I'm coming through. It's just, is that going to mess me up? Timing is about poor on that car. Now I can get in front of it. I don't know. Whoever modeled the cars, by the way, doesn't live in America, because there's nobody in this country, I don't think, drives 35. Heck, some people don't slow down at school zones in this country. I guess they just don't care about children. Here's Mary's farm, right by the cattle place. That's something else. I guess eventually we'll have to get a trailer. We got a lot of things we got to get. All right. 26. 27,000. All right, we got a couple bucks then. So now this is going to be another one of those painful things in some ways too. You're almost better off turning around here. So this is not the best way to go. Big long loop. You can go out that way, but that puts you back in town. You kind of want to end up over here. And before we put this guy away for good, make sure there's nothing else worth selling. I mean, it seems like the prices are neutral. This one seems down. We don't have any potatoes anyway, but and we're not really going to sell any of these sugar beets until we get more money to. This is our root crop for the pigs, even though I think it's enough root crops for quite a while for the pigs. Speaking of the animals, how are we doing? We've been keeping the cleanliness up as best we can. I don't know, that's a uphill battle. But you can see we got five pigs. This number is pretty low compared to this. So, we still have days worth of, weeks worth of waiting for another cow or pig. So, sounds like if we want to get those bred, we're going to have to raise the numbers. But the pigs, I'm sure they pick up momentum, I would imagine. The more animals you have, you would think the lower this number should be. I don't even know that yet for sure. But all right, so we've got that sold. Just disconnect that, pull them away. And let's go look at the shop. So what I would like to do is, I don't think I want to leave that. Well, no, we'll use the forage wagon if we can. So what I want to do is select this guy, and this one's the cheapest. I'm not looking for the most expensive. This is a mod. I'm not sure that there's any benefit to that. Not certainly for my experimental purposes. So this is going to cost us a good amount of our money, but I'm hoping to make it up by selling off some silage eventually. Now let me go back. Yeah, no, we're going to do it either way. So let's go ahead and select this guy. Ouch. 24,000. All right, yeah, I'll lease them. And then let's go back and back. Headers, select 4 up. Yeah, so again, we just need the cheapest one we can get. This is all an experiment that may be $1,000 seems like nothing after that. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is let's jump over to our newly leased thing, get it back up to the farm. Alright, when I have this, I'm going to fast forward. When I have this all set up, I will unfast forward. Come on. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see where this is going right this minute, but here's where it's going. Let's unfold the little wheels on this guy. Can this work? Fingers crossed, because we got 350,000. Nah. Did we just not pay enough attention? Oops, not that one. Let's go to this one. Yeah, select. That's grass and straw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is straw. Or is that hay? See, that one does crops, that one cuts grass and such. So it'll only pick it up. Yeah, that's a bummer. That was is a bummer. Can we do this? Yeah. So this just thing isn't picking up straw. Let's go. I keep going to that wrong one. Let's go to the garage real quick. Look at this. Yeah, see, we would need it to pick up straw, which I think is that brick right there. And it doesn't. And there's nothing there that does. All right, well, before I give up, I'm going to go see if there's not something modded out there that will pick up straw. I will be back, though it may be after work this afternoon, which for you guys should be in about 2 seconds. See you then. Well, this is an epic fail. Well, not epic, but yeah, this will not work. These will not pick up straw, and looked into it a fair amount, and they won't, so they just won't turn it into chaff. So at this point, I don't know what else to do with the straw, especially because on this version of this map, the price for this stuff is 0, but it shouldn't be. So I decided 2 things, just because we're low on money. If you notice, I don't know if you noticed earlier in the video, we got down to about 21,000 after we rented this thing. So what I'm going to do, let me get back out of it, is return it and get a full refund, because hey, why not? And so I put it up to back to 46,000, which is what we had before we rented it. And then I looked at the price that they were getting for straw, and it looks like it's about $80 per 1,000. So I have 350,000. So if you take 350 times 80, you end up with 28,000. So why can't I? Oh, leased vehicles. That's right. All right, let's return this. Okay, we'll return this. Okay. All right, so that's a fail. There's not much you can do with the straw on this particular version of the map, but I did look, and there's another Stiffi 2017 on Mod Hoster that doesn't have the, it does have a price, so when you go to sell, you would get it. I didn't want to upgrade to it because, it kind of resets me back to 0. If I could get the same field conditions and all that, probably would. It's not that important to me. And so what I'm going to do is drag all that straw, from this building over to that building and just basically destroy it. Then that'll empty out this building. I can restore a little bit of straw as time goes on. But I got the 28,000, so that's how I got from 46,000 to 74,000. So why don't I use this teleporting? Yeah, I was going in the wrong direction anyway, wasn't I? So I figure I'll run them back and forth with this tractor. I'm not sure if you guys want to watch. I don't know how many trips it'll be, but what's 20,000 divided into 350,000? 17 trips? Like that. So I'll probably cut the camera. Maybe you guys could watch me do one of them. So I hope you guys don't think I don't like cheating. I'm not cheating anybody but myself. There are certainly times I do things behind the scenes and try to set the money up so it works out well for doing a YouTube video, but not just outright cheating. Part of my attitude with a lot of stuff, well, if it's in the game, it's in the game, but oops, I'm not getting Oh, you know what? I could probably use that. Let's do F1. Why is that not triggered? Does this guy not hold straw? No, he holds straw. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I got something in there. Really? 3 of those stopped me from putting... What's he doing now? I didn't do that. Oh, I didn't undo it either, did I? Yeah, R. Okay. Well, there we go. So that 3... Yeah, see, this guy's maxed out. Oops. I guess that's the way this whole straw thing has been for me, to be honest. And I'm just so used to sucking it up out of the... some for this. I don't actually have to go in here. No more straw capacity. Well, where's the straw cell point? Maybe that's part of the problem. So how do I destroy all this straw now? Thought I could just dump it in that barn. I guess, do we have a straw cell point? I guess I should go... That's what I thought it was. Barn is what it says. So if we come here, it says barn. If we hit this... I mean, that's pretty much the barn, right? Not doing too well here, am I? Let's lay plans. Yeah, I didn't really think that was going to work. Yeah, so I guess there's just no way for me to sell straw on this farm. It's just worthless. Which I kind of knew, but I thought I could at least destroy the stuff. Yeah. There's no doubt that'd be the only place I would sell it. We got the load of it. I guess we might as well put it over here, huh? That's one thing. We could build like a... See how massive a pile of straw. I guess I can't get it any higher than that, huh? But I could just see what happens if I go dump it on some other farmer's field that I never intend to buy. I don't really like that feature. Wish you could just pull forward a little bit more. Instead of having it stop on you. Alright, well there's a little bit bigger pile of straw there. But the deal was that I would get rid of it somehow. I just don't know how to get rid of it. It's not like it's that valuable in the long run, but $28,000 for all of it was a fair deal. Alright, well let's move on with life. We'll act like we sold the straw. I'll figure out a way to get rid of it later on. I do want to cut this grass at some point. And so that means we don't have as much silage as I thought, but it does mean we have $74,000. And that That means, let's just leave this here. I like leaving this up there. We gotta go past it anyway. That means we have enough money to buy field number 24 down there. Oops. That wasn't very good. Alright, let's get it right this time. Alright, so let's go down to field 24 finally. Let's go see what they have to say. Well, he likes me fully, and he'll sell it to me for $68,000. I could do a mission for him, but we're better off buying the field and making the harvest ourselves, I would think. Well, let's do that. Whatever's on the field. You know, it looks kind of withered, whatever it is. All right, well, we own it one way or the other. So let's take a look at our map. See what we just bought. We bought a field full of withered wheat. So that needs to be plowed, I'm sure. Yep. So I guess I could have figured out to bring the... Oh, no, you know what we really want to do is we want to weed it first. So let's go get the weeder tractor. And by the way, that's what I did over here, obviously, so we'll get the same thing done. So we don't have much money, but we shouldn't need all that much to plant this. I'm kind of curious to see what happens with this thing anyway. I want to see what happens with it with crops that are a little bit older, not the freshly sown. See a texture change. No, I don't think I'm seeing what I want to see. Let's get rid of that. Ah, yeah, look at that. It is weeding it. So, good. It's just hard to see through all that wheat. All right, well, let me, plow this, and after I get done weeding it, and then we can get it planted. And not sure what I'm going to plant it in just yet, but I'll decide by the time we come back. I know we got plenty of soybeans, not plenty, but we got soybeans and I think, what was it, sunflowers planted? So probably something else besides that. Don't need windrow, so it's not like I'd put wheat or we don't need straw, I should say. I'm not going to put barley or wheat particularly high up the list. Guys, we have one cornfield. And I'll show you the escape real quick. Show you what happened. Because we were able to weed this part. We didn't weed the grass over here. So this is only at the first stage of fertilization. But other than that, we've got some fields growing. They're all plowed. And this one, I think this was in the third stage, not quite the darkest stage yet. Yeah, there's the darkest stage. We're at this one. And this is the earliest stage. But it's kind of good. These two fields will be at one set of time. And then these two fields will be at another. So as time goes on, I'll get these purchased here. So very good. Happy. Now, we still have the straw issue. I think I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way to just delete the volume on the gain save or something like that. I'm not quite sure where that gets saved at, but I guess we did steal a little bit out of that pile, didn't we? You know, let's put this guy right next to that guy. And I'm really at a little bit of a loss for what to do next. It's not that I don't want to do plenty of stuff. Let's see if the prices have changed at all at the store. Not the store, but, well, yeah, at the sale points, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so we got zero pricing up here. So other maps don't. It's around 70 or 80 bucks, 77. All right, so we don't have a particularly high demand, but we sold off everything that's got the green prices. And so we're just sort of waiting on other stuff. We'll add plenty of more soybeans and I think it was sunflowers, right? Anyway. So we'll just wait for these crops to grow. I will get out and spray that one field again. Which one? What, 14? Because that one didn't pick up the extra fertilization. So it's only at the medium blue right now. Then maybe I'll run down and, well, this field I want to weed, these two fields. But we'll see. All right, well, I think I'm going to fast forward again. You know, I kind of made an episode out of showing you guys fertilizing the fields. And, you know, I figure, well, I could go do missions and make money, or I could just farm and make money. And again, it's not, I don't know. If you guys say something, if you want to see me just repeatedly, more or less, do the same fields until I get some money, it won't take that long. Don't get the wrong impression, you know. See what happens. It won't forward any past this, like, one cycle. You know, do all 4 fields once, maybe. But how are our animals doing? I know we kind of looked not too long ago, but we're not going to make any sheep for a while. No. Cleanliness is still up there. Hasn't really been that long. Well, we're making some cows. We'll have it, or pigs, I mean. We'll make another pig pretty soon. But we're getting there. Just a matter of money now. So once one of those crops goes up and we get some more crops in, we'll see. So I will sort of pause this video here. You know, we'll just have this be an episode that may cover a couple days. I'm going to fast forward. So, all right. Well, let me in real life take a bit of a break from recording again and just get out here and get some fields harvested. Well, these 2 fields are ready to harvest, and I have some wonderful news. This my videos are becoming a little dated because I'm kind of too far ahead. One of the reasons in the back of my mind for like skipping some of the stuff that I'm doing is to let, you know, get some of the videos I already recorded published. But I wanted to show you this. So you may already know this, good chance that you will. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to right click and look what I have down here. Haven't tried it yet and don't know how well it works and don't really have enough money to hire workers too much, but I think maybe we'll try to hire a worker for this field and just see how it goes. I'll probably fast forward most of it, and then when I get done harvesting these 2 fields, I'll probably end this episode. It probably goes on long enough. So let's just see if you know, if it seems like it's going to work. So there we go into harvest mode, and we will pick field 12, which is the first one. Wonderful. Let's see if we can auto-calculate. What is this? Header. That's not the right one. This one, 5.5. So let's, I do like to set it smaller sometimes so Courseplay doesn't tend to miss. Let's just go right up to 5.5 though and see how he does. And we are in the southeast corner. And we want to face west. And there's really no reason, I don't think, for it to do a headland, so we'll just have them go back and forth and see what happens. And let's just show the waypoints, see what it did. Yeah, looks very familiar. Yeah, wonderful. So let's go back to here. First waypoint, not that it probably matters in this case, but drive course. Yeah, we can't get windrow off of this anyway, but even if we could, it's, yeah, no straw windrow for us, I guess. Though I have thought of maybe if I store it up, I did delete, if we, I should be able to hit escape. Yep, we keep moving. Game settings, prices. So my prices are still 0 on this. Oops. For that. But if you notice, I don't have any storage, so I did manage to delete it all. I'm thinking of, if I do keep windrow, maybe I just credit myself the money at 80 per 1,000, and then it was a nice little chunk of change if we fill that thing up. So I may go ahead and do that, where I just cheat the money in, but also delete out whatever storage I have and do the math manually. So there we go. We got Courseplay running. Oh, look, that's weird. All the lines stay up. What if I get in another vehicle? Ah, no, look, the lines are gone now. Now, if I get out of this vehicle, do the lines stay up? Yeah, so if I get back in this guy and get out, the lines are there. That's pretty, I think that's different. Alright, well, Courseplay did a fair job. He probably just left a little plotch right there, but huh. My vehicles are in a different order for some reason. And there is a sorting mod, and I did add some other mods. Let's take a real quick look while he's starting to fill up. Purchase tractors. We're probably down the other end. There we go. So we have some John Deeres to play with. We don't have any money to go get them, but nice. So there we go. So we have 3 different John Deere tractors maybe to play with. That's about it. We need that wagon, don't we? Which is up around here. All right, well, let me fast forward. I'll stop if Courseplay starts having some kind of catastrophes. I will show you that. If we go to the map and go to the fertilization levels, I got all the fields up to the darkest blue there. So that's kind of nice. We got, unfortunately, we could sell wood chips, but we don't have any of those. All right, fast forward time, begin now. Well, there we go, guys. Courseplay seemed to do an okay job. To be honest, though, I don't think it did quite as good a job as, let's stop this guy, as the in-game thing does. I mean, the in-game thing didn't leave little plotches here and there, you know. So, in any event, I wanted to share with you that Courseplay seems to be working. If the hired helpers are better somehow, then I will use them. But other than that, at least we have it for all kinds of stuff as far as, you know, if we have regular runs to go do things. I'd like to see if I can't set it up at some point to go and clean up the animals. That would be a kind of interesting thing to have it do. So we'll see. Alright, well, I'm going to, like I said, cut the video here. I'll head over there and harvest field 14. I'll get the fields going a little bit. As soon as I get a little bit of money to do something else, we'll come right back. Unfortunately, at this point, more or less, the economy is slowing me down as much as anything else. Alright, so let's get this guy unloaded. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah. And take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.